So this is how you wash a pot. I pick one up, dunk it in the water. I clean where the water is. Then the water fills up. I clean on the edges. Okay, see? See what I'm doing? This cloth is getting really dirty. So I dunk it in the water again.
Hey guys, it's Saturday, May 22nd. The last few days we've had quite a bit of rain. It's helped out a lot in the garden with all the plants that we recently put out. The weather is holding up. No frost in the forecast. So hopefully we made the right call in putting everything out. It looks like everything's gonna work out quite well. Nighttime temperatures are still well above 5 degrees Celsius. So the plan for this long weekend, because all of Ontario is still locked down, is to finish up planting out the remaining plants, which includes all the zucchini, squash, pepper plants. What else do we have? Melon plants. Everything else is going out. We're going to try and get the garden all finished up, set up, and then eventually focus on other tasks around the yard. So lots of work to do. Let's get started. Hey guys, it's Sunday. We did manage to get all the pepper plants in the ground. That bed's all finished off. We were kind of racing the weather. We were supposed to get a severe thunderstorm at like 2 o'clock, but it never showed up until later in the evening, and it wasn't actually that bad. Today it's a little bit chillier, so we're supposed to get some temperatures in the next couple days that are going to be in 4 or 3 degrees Celsius. So we did end up putting some poly on the peppers. We'll see what happens. It's pretty easy to put it on and take it off. The goal today is to get this bed all planted up. We worked it, covered it with weed guard. Just going to cut some holes in it, and this will be the squash and the melon bed for this year. After this bed is done, we can close everything up, keep the deer out, and our planting out is pretty much about 95% done. The only thing that we'll be doing is putting lettuce seedlings in the ground as they get ready and as we start harvesting the more mature plants. So that's it. I'm gonna get this bed done, and then we will give you a walkthrough and see what all that rain last week has done to the garden. All right, let's get started. Alright guys, that was a busy couple days. We did manage to get everything done, everything closed off to the animals, and pretty much all the plants in the ground, which is nice. Means I can take the day off tomorrow. It's a long weekend. So let's take a quick look and see how the garden is set up for this year. Alright, starting over at the 2 cherry plants, they have leafed out. The rain this week has definitely helped out, and I do see a few flower buds starting to form, so we'll see what kind of harvest we get from these 2 plants this year. I think these are the pickling cucumbers planted in the ground. First main leaf starting. And then over on the other side, slicing cucumbers. All the plants survived the transplants. These are the cucamelons that we're going to try this year. And again, we reformatted this garden, cut down on the peas, and then put 4 butternut squash plants in. We transplanted those mid last week, so they've all survived the transplant quite well. Beans on the end. Does look like some bean plants are just now starting to emerge from the ground. We've already taken about 2 pounds of asparagus. They grow incredibly fast. This stalk will be ready to pick by tomorrow, although it could be harvested now. But all the stalks put on about at least an inch or 2 of growth overnight. So again, we'll be harvesting from this bed for another few weeks, and then we'll let it grow. Leftover onion sets, they're starting to poke through, and I haven't noticed any carrots. There's a carrot plant, I believe. So they're starting to break through the surface as well. They've all got plenty of moisture, so they should. If they don't germinate this year, I don't know what the what the issue is. All right, looking down the pepper bed, we put a little bit of poly up just to keep them a little warm at night and get them started. All the plants survived the transplant. They're looking a little droopy, but they'll bounce back. The eggplants are doing well, and then we purchased some celery plants and put them in the ground yesterday. So they're all looking good, looking like everything survived the transplant over here. A little bit of unused space for lettuce as they become a little bit bigger. Some romaine lettuce, and then the kale and Swiss chard, and again just waiting for them to perk up a little bit. They are doing pretty good. And on the other side, our deer deterrents. So these were planted out 2 weeks ago. All the plants survived and are doing quite well. Cabbage and Savoy cabbage on the end, cauliflower and broccoli on this half. All survived, doing well. Transplanted the tomato plants. They're still working on recovering. They're looking a little rough. We did lose 2 of the plants, so we replaced them. I kind of knew they were going to die. I think I damaged the stem. Had a feeling I damaged the stem on a couple of them. So they've been replaced. And again, did finish off this bed today. So what we have is on the end here, zucchini and the other patty pans. And then on the outside are all the winter squash. So that would be the spaghetti squash and the mashed potato. And then underneath the hats are the melon plants. Again, just to keep them warm. The nights are dropping down a little chillier. And the blueberry plants are moving right along. Again, free from any deer damage this year. The deer didn't have a chance to get in over the winter and chew on the branches, which is good. So we should get a good crop of blueberries this year. And lastly, we haven't done any work on the strawberry bed. We gotta go through here and weed it. They're starting to poke through. Now these strawberries are about 3 years old, so we'll see if they produce any berries. We may get one more year of strawberries from them. This side is on their 2nd year. Either way, we are going to have to collect runners this year and pick a new bed to transplant everything over. But again, that's something that we'll be doing throughout the growing season this year. And yeah, then this bed will be for turn it over and use it for something else. That one seems to be quite far along this year. Again, the bug netting. More to keep the deers out. Obviously, you want the pollinators when these plants start producing. But mainly, yeah, for now, it's just to stop the deer from chewing on the plants. And over in the berry patch, still have quite a bit of work to do here. Got some more blueberry plants to put in. The honeyberries are actually have already produced flowers. They are well on their way to making some berries, which is nice. They're first. The new cherry plants that I put in, was it late last year? Now this plant has already produced some some blossoms, so it's going to produce a small number of cherries, hopefully. My more mature plants on the end, now this plant, it's old enough to be in, it's turned over to full production mode, so apparently you get a lot of cherries from one plant, and if the blossoms on this one is anything to go by, I can see these are going to be some great producers. Now this one is the same age. I'm not sure why it's not producing any blossoms, but if that one's going this year, then at the very least this one next year will produce some cherries. These are going to be big plants. They're supposed to be huge huge cherry plants. So yeah, I'm pretty excited that there's this many blossoms on this plant. We'll see, finally get to see after 4 years what these cherries taste like. They're supposed to be pretty bitter, but my plan is to dry them and use them like raisins. Alright guys, that's about it for this week. We do still have the strawberry patch on the other side of the house, but it's still a disaster and very much a work in progress, so I'm not going to subject you to that yet until I've had a chance to clean it up a little bit. Now that the garden's all done, hopefully we'll have time for those other jobs. Got to finish the berry patch, tackle the strawberry bed. It's always a long list of things to do, but yeah, garden is again mostly done, and now we're just in maintenance mode till we start harvesting things. All right guys, hope everybody has a good long weekend, and I'll see you later.